lawn bowls. Wish I found it earlier. What a game.
There is no other place in the world like our city. We're unique, vibrant, and a little unexpected. We're for telling local tales, unearthing hidden gems, and sharing the stories of spectacular people. We are Gold Coast.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another webcast brought to you by the Gold Coast Tweed District Media Team. And it's a great pleasure this afternoon because we've got some great news to pass on. And of course, once again, we've got the pleasure of the CEO of Bowls Queensland, Mr. Brett Wilkie. Good afternoon, Brett.
Good afternoon, Brian. Great to be back with you again.
Mate, it is, and got some great news to pass on to the bowling fraternity.
Yeah, very good news for the bowls world in Queensland.
It's good. If you'd like to pass on what Stage 3 absolutely represents to everybody out there in bowling world, mate, eh?
Yeah, it was very good news from the Premier announcing earlier in the week that in Queensland now we can return back to playing competition bowls. So now we can have 8 people on a rink and also use all the rinks on each greens, which is great news to be back playing social bowls, club competitions and that sort of thing. So great news for clubs, and also inside the clubs have been updated with their industry plans as well, so they can also have more people enjoying the services of the club.
Mate, that's good news, and of course the only way we could get to Stage 3, Brett, is by all the bowling fraternity out there by doing the right thing, and social distancing, of course, is still in force.
Yeah, it's been great. It's a lot of the bowlers and clubs have done really well. They've been very patient. I know a lot of people have been sort of a little bit frustrated during the time, but we've been doing our best behind the scenes to advocate for our sport, and it's just great to be back able to be able to bowl again. So congratulations to everyone on being patient throughout this staged approach. And Bowls Queensland are part of an industry COVID safe plan together with a number of other sports. So it's good to be able to be back and able to play competitions again on all our rinks. But people also need to make sure that there still are sort of procedures in place that clubs need to follow and bowlers. So and the main things are the tracing of people that come to the clubs, so that if there's any outbreaks, we need to be able to trace anyone that's been at your club and when, and what time they were there, what day, etc. So clubs still need to maintain a register, whether they're coming to play any competition or whether it's social bowls or even roll-ups. There still needs to be a register kept, and also general good hygiene with all the bowlers, sanitising of shared equipment, things like that, and also the other thing is just making sure that social distancing is continued throughout Stage 3. So we're not sure how long Stage 3 will last for. If everyone does the right thing and the numbers stay low, well, hopefully things may be opened up more again in the future.
No, that's definitely really good to hear, Brett. And I know I passed a few clubs on my way down here this afternoon, and just to see the players out on the green enjoying themselves again a bit more than just rolling up and having a bit of a muck around. There was a little bit of sledging going on the greens there today. You could see people, their competitive nature, of course, is coming back. So really good to see. And now with that too, Brett, it means clubs would be allowed to start their gala days or carnivals again, is it, as long as they abide by the rules?
Yeah, they need to abide by the rules in place, by following being able to trace everyone there, hygiene, social distancing, and then whatever the rules are inside the club. The inside industry COVID safe plan has been updated as well, so that allows more people. I think it's 1 per 4 square metres for bigger clubs and 2 square metres for smaller clubs. So if clubs make sure that they adhere to all those plans in place and requirements, that they'll be allowed to have the competition at their club.
Well, that's good, because as we all know, that's how most of the clubs survive this day and age, isn't it, Brett, by having visitors come to their club. And of course, I know for a fact, having spoken to quite a few clubs this week on the Gold Coast, a lot of the chairmen of the clubs were looking forward to switching their poke machines on yesterday, mate. They were very keen to get them switched on to get a bit of revenue through the doors.
Yeah, I've heard of a few clubs already having good response straight away yesterday after midday. Some good trading, so it's great for clubs. And and some clubs have only just decided to open back up again now, so it's great for them to get back involved.
That's true, and I think you'll find that unfortunately we've still got a couple of clubs on the Gold Coast though that we're stuck with opening again on after July the 10th. So there's a couple of clubs still on the Gold Coast. I know I've got another week to wait, but with all the practicing and everything that's been done, and now of course we're allowed to play social bowls and competition, that means there must be some competitions very near in the future.
Yeah, I know a lot of clubs and districts are starting to plan for their events moving forward, and Bowls Queensland have also been organising events for the future. So our first major event will be the State Championships, which will be held from the 12th to the 25th of October. So we're just trying to finalise some host clubs at the moment for that. So the entries will be reopened for that very shortly. So if everyone keeps their eye out for those. I know we have had it open. A number of people have left their entries still live. We refunded some entries as well, but that will be reopened for anyone to enter or re-enter. And I'm really hoping that we get a really good response with a lot of events being cancelled. I'm sort of keen to see a lot of people get involved with the state championships. It's been run in Queensland since I think 1904. We've been running the state championships, and it's always a great privilege to be able to win that, and then also get the right to go on to the Australian Championships.
No, that should be a great event, Brett, and I think you find a lot of the players who have been practicing and rolling up and just starting to get back into their competitions. I'm sure a lot of the players would really look forward to entering that very prestigious competition, that's for sure. And after that, what else have we got on just after that?
Yeah, well, I met with the 4 disability groups that to make up to the Queensland Multi-Disability Championships, and they've agreed to run the State Multi-Disability Championships straight after our State Championships from the 27th to the 30th of October. So that'll be held at the Chermside Bowls Club. It's going to be another good event. It's always great to watch the 4 disability groups come together and play their championships. So they're all keen to get going again. That's usually held in September, so that's been pushed back till after the state championships in October. And then sort of following that as well, on the 31st of October and the 1st of November, we'll have the North-South competition, which is still going ahead at this stage. It's been very popular the last couple of years. A new format new competition that Bowls Queensland introduced a couple of years ago, and a bit of rivalry between North and South.
An absolute great event. I've been very fortunate enough, Brett, to be to a couple of those events, and I know the rivalry is very real, and there's some great bowls played in that. And also the State Multi-Disability Championships. I was very fortunate last year to go up to Mackay and live stream that, and to see those players, it was just absolutely outstanding. The bowls that they can produce was first class. And of course, after that, there would have to be a playoff for the state pennant finals, wouldn't there?
Yeah, so we've got the state pennant finals set down for the 7th and 8th of November. So I know a lot of districts are currently planning for their district championships, district pennant competition, which will then go on to zone playoffs, which need to be played by the 12th of October. So I know a lot of planning is underway in various districts to get that underway, which is great.
And what would be the last one for the year, my friend?
The last event on the Bowls Queensland calendar at this stage is the Champion of Champions Singles, which would be held on the 22nd and 23rd of November at Chermside Bowls Club. And that's for the winners of all the Champion of Champions through club, through to zone, and then through to the state finals. So 8 men and 8 women coming together to play that. Was decided by Bowls Queensland due to a number of districts already cancelling their Champion of Champions, that the pairs and fours would not continue on this year. But the singles, as it goes on to a national and world title, it'll be played in November 22nd and 23rd. And then the other event that we're still looking at is the Anzac Test Series we normally have with the Australian Defence Force. We're still yet to negotiate a date for potentially that to be played later in the year.
Well, there you go. There's some great competition coming up there. And, of course, there's a lot of clubs out there worried, Brett, that a lot of the bowlers may not come back. And of course, Bowls Queensland's done some planning once again to hopefully get all the players back enjoying our great sport. But as well as we're going to have another come and try month.
Yeah, so the last couple of years we've had a come and try month that Bowls Queensland have promoted statewide to try and encourage clubs and out like throughout the state to hold a come and try day. It can be sort of whatever day that the people, the club wants to call it, whether it's bring a friend day or an open day or whatever they feel works in their community. So it's just a way of encouraging all clubs to get involved. In October, it doesn't have to be in October. If clubs would rather do it in September or November, either side, that's fine. And Bowls Queensland offer promotional material, so we'll help with a flyer, designate it to your club, and also give you a pack with a number of flyers, to a starter pack to help get the promotion of the event out there, and also online brochures as well. So, and we'll help promote that throughout the state through social media and that sort of thing. So we really encourage, especially with what's happened recently with the COVID situation, that we really would like all clubs to get involved in this promotion to help promote our game and get new people enjoying our sport.
No, that's great news there, Brett, and I encourage all clubs out there that are struggling for numbers and that, and a bit concerned about what's going to happen in the future, to try this and get behind Bowls Queensland with this great initiative out there. As Brett just said, they're prepared to do the advertising and that for you the best they can, and try and get some new bowlers out on your greens. And of course, Brett, as I said once before, I realise how hard you and the staff of Bowls Queensland have been working, and I must, on behalf of the Gold Coast Tweed District, thank you very much. I know it's been very trying at times, you could say, but I think it's fantastic where we are at the moment, and hopefully it's all behind us and we can build on to the future, which is of our great sport, and people can come and enjoy our greens, facilities and everything we have to offer. And the staff of Bowls Queensland, when are they back on deck full time, Brett?
Yeah, well, the staff and the board have all worked really well together through this time. Like you say, it's been unprecedented times for everyone, and they've got through it really well. And all our staff will be back in the office as from this Monday. So we're looking forward to getting back on deck together as a group, and we'll be getting the information out for the events that we've just discussed, for state championships, multi-disability championships, the come and try month. There'll be a lot of information coming out with all those events coming up in the near future, so entries opening and that sort of thing. So we're looking forward to getting that out and people coming in and responding and entering those events.
No, it's a great opportunity there, that's for sure, for people to participate in those events. And as I said, they're all of them very worthy, and I'm sure that the players out there will be looking forward to it too, Brett. And with the downturn of time, has Bowls Queensland come up with any plan to maybe help clubs out in the near future?
Just recently we've put out to all the clubs in Queensland that Bowls Queensland have offered 5 months of affiliation fee relief. We know during the period from sort of roughly March till July, a lot of clubs have been closed and not in operation. So Bowls Queensland have passed on 5 months of affiliation fee relief, and also Bowls Australia have backed that up too and done the same. So great news for clubs to offer that back, and clubs have been either offered a refund or a credit note for those that have already paid, and those that haven't have been offered an adjustment to their invoices.
Well, that's great news, and it's very generous to pass that on, Brett, because I know there's a lot of clubs out there who are very concerned of their financial situation at the moment, and going into, again, uncertain times. So that's great to hear. And just on Gold Coast Tweed District news, we're going to allocate 4 months of the men's district fees back to clubs, and once again they can rather keep the money there, the ones that have paid, or ask for the money back, whatever suits them the most. And also too, on Gold Coast Tweed District news, we'll be having a council meeting on July the 13th to discuss how we can help clubs out in various ways. So hopefully that'll go forward. So, mate, everything going well? We're nearly back to normal?
Yeah, it's nearly back to normal. So, I really wish all the clubs the very best of getting back to sort of close to normality. But we need to just stress that it still is a staged process. So there are still requirements need to be followed. So if they make sure that they read the industry COVID safe plan for both outdoor and indoor, because they are different and they do work with each other, or separate to each other. So I know in the outdoor industry COVID safe plan on page 2, it does relate to some of that information about how those plans do correlate together, but they are different. So making sure clubs follow that, and we wish clubs all the best in getting back to welcoming their members and guests and visitors from around the area back to their club, and also playing on their greens.
Couldn't agree more on that one, Brett. And of course, once again, on behalf of the Gold Coast Tweed District Media Team, I'd like to thank you for your input over this very important period of our club life, and for your advice and knowledge to pass on to the clubs. And all I can say to all the bowling fraternity out there, enjoy your bowls and support your club. And thank you very much, and good bowling to everybody. And keep an eye on those dates that Brett just mentioned, because there's going to be some great competition coming up. So thank you very much, everybody.
There is no other place in the world like our city. We're unique, vibrant, and a little unexpected. We're for telling local tales, unearthing hidden gems, and sharing the stories of spectacular people. We are Gold Coast.
Lawn bowls. Wish I found it earlier. What a game.